I have Benzonatate 200 mg that I'd like to take for my cough. Date on the bottle is June 13, 2011. I'm not sure if this is the expiration date. It is written next to CDC. Is it still safe to take?
Hello. I am JustAnswer-Q&A will answer your question to the best of my ability. How are you doing? Let me give you a few pieces of information. Switching to my PC. Okay, I am here.
Great, me too.
All prescriptions do have a use-by date on them, and this is generally 1 year from when the prescription is issued, or the expiration on the bottle, whatever is sooner. The use-by date isn't necessarily an expiration date. For a drug such as benzonatate capsules, the date would be 1 year. However, for a drug such as a controlled substance such as Vicodin, a prescription would only be valid for 6 months. Now, in terms of potency and safety, remember that medications have to stored very strictly. Away from humidity, temperatures, etc. In hospital settings, where I work, and in all places that change a drug from one bottle to another, we have to give a 6-month expiration, or the date on the original bottle, whatever is sooner. It would be unsafe to take these medications just because of storage issues. The second reason is to take a medication without the doctor knowing. As I mentioned earlier, these type of prescriptions are only good for a year. After that, it is assumed that the prescription is no longer being taken by the patient. I personally don't recommend patients taking medications lying around after a 6-month period. Think about how the medications are stored, sometimes with desiccants and cotton to protect from dirt, moisture, etc. The potency of those capsules can't be 100% confirmed, and even so, it is possible for some chemicals if not stored properly. The use-by date on that prescription would be June 13, 2012. Some of the chemicals to transform, sorry about that typo. As a pharmacist, to protect my license and such, I am bound by the law just to let you know and advise you not to take those capsules. Over time, medications lose effectiveness. There are strict tests that are run with medications in order to determine stability and such. I try to tell my patients/customers to abide by these. And also, just one more piece of information. How long have you been coughing for?
Wow, your answer was thorough. I stored the medication above the stove where I do a lot of steaming. I'll have to make sure I store the meds more correctly from now on. I'll visit the doctor to obtain a new prescription. Thank you for your response. I've been coughing for 2 weeks due to strep throat.
Just be careful. I've had a few people I've worked with/family members recently get diagnosed with Pertussis. The rates of Pertussis are increasing a lot. If it persists, I would certainly go to the doctor and get checked out. I didn't realize it, but I checked the numbers and confirmed diagnosis cases around the US, and it really seems to be increasing.
Good to know. I'll ask him about Pertussis.
A booster shot of the Pertussis vaccine would be a good idea. I'm sure it probably is just strep throat, but I thought I would throw that extra piece of information out there. But yes, especially in an area with a lot of steaming, you certainly don't want to use those medications. Never store medications in the bathroom, where you shower, always in a cool, dry place. It sounds silly, but it makes a big difference. What type of cough do you have? Lots of congestion, or a dry cough?
It's a wet cough.
Okay, so this is some advice I can give you. Those products available over the counter, there are so many combinations.
Also a wheeze.
Some products have an expectorant and a cough suppressant. If you think about it, it is counterproductive. What I recommend is using an expectorant during the day, something like Mucinex plain, with just guaifenesin, and if the cough is keeping you up at night, use dextromethorphan. They have plain dextromethorphan over the counter available. That way you can get the congestion up, and be able to sleep at night. I see. If it contains for sometimes and you have trouble breathing, just make sure you get back to the doctor. He can do a quick test for pertussis as well. I'm very nervous about all these cases. Colorado is really bad right now in terms of pertussis rates. Illinois and Washington were some other states I read about as well.
Will do, thank you again. I'll have to get your recommendations from Walmart tonight. Take care.
Sorry, meant continue, not contains. No problem, Reed. You can post any other follow-up questions here at no charge, bud.
If you have a health question and want to chat with a doctor now, visit justanswer.com/ythealth.